This is our Polyform office, which is a prototype of the first polystructure. Our Polyform agent in Turkey took me to see the devastation caused by the earthquake in the district of Izmit. On the flight back, I was thinking about a construction system which could withstand seismic forces. I came up with walls and roof panels of polystyrene with a rebate in the middle into which is placed reinforcement and concrete. The polystyrene reduces the mass, which is important in resisting seismic forces, and the reinforced concrete ribs provide a continuous frame holding the structure together. Over several years, I arranged various tests to satisfy the requirements of the NHBRC, which are structural performance, impact test, chisel test, water penetration, condensation, thermal performance, durability, acoustics, and fire testing. The fire test done by the SABS doubled the required resistance of 30 minutes. Several years later, I used the system to construct an office for myself on our property. This was done at the builder's yard and transported by crane truck and erected on my site on a compacted platform.
Polystyrene components which are extracted from the structural drawing onto an order form are manufactured and marked at the factory and delivered onto the site. The wall and roof panels are placed on a reasonably level area on site. Reinforcement is placed in the rib formers and the ribs are concreted. Wall panels are erected in sequence together with the door and window frames and are braced at the top. The internal and external faces of the wall are plastered with a ferro-cement mix. Where a poly roof slab is specified, the roof panels are erected on a temporary support line. And polystyrene coping may be specified, which creates a feature and is also used as a stop end to the topping. The walls of polystructures can be of any shape on plan, allowing for architectural creativity. Low-income residential units can incorporate bunks accessed by a ladder for the children of a family by raising the ceiling, thus increasing occupancy at little extra cost. By incorporating a deep polystyrene coping surrounding the poly roofs, these can be used for water storage, which is particularly useful in rural communities. The slab is specially waterproofed, and an outlet pipe with a tap provides water for washing or watering the garden.
Where sheeted or tiled roofs are specified, wire ties are built into the top of the wall panels, which are fixed to the wall plates. On-site construction of polystructures uses smaller, conventional concrete footings into the top of which polystyrene slot formers are cast. These are removed and the bottom ends of the wall panels are placed vertically into the slots. Andy Hull of Polyform has done research into the comfort level of polystructures.
Research conducted into the thermal performance of polystructures revealed that a polystructure is able to insulate heat 40% better than a similar structure constructed out of M140 blocks with a steel sheeted roof. This results in a far more comfortable living conditions which maintain warmth in winter and stay cool in summer. Further investigation revealed that in most cases, natural ventilation incorporating air bricks will be sufficient for typical smaller structures, thus removing the need for an air conditioner.
Polystructures not only satisfy the requirements of the NHBRC and are earthquake and storm resistant, but are also extremely cost effective. Hi Andy, tell me a bit about your business.
Well, I'm a quantity surveyor. But my background has been largely with contracting company. My experience has been more on a hands-on practical approach. I've done a fair amount of time with the professional offices as well, but largely contracting.
Now, what about our polystructures? How do our walls, the poly walls, compare with brick and block construction?
Okay, what we did there was we took a scenario where we measured a particular structure. Firstly, we measured it as though it was a brick wall, a 230 brick wall, and then we measured the poly structure format. We took out anything common so that we were only comparing against items that were different. And what we found was a 41% saving against a 230 brick wall. The M150 block was a less of a saving, obviously, with block being cheaper than brickwork. But even on that, there was a 21% saving.
Then I also asked you to do a comparison of a poly roof slab with a sheeted roof, insulation.
We took a Chromadeck 0.47mm Chromadeck roof on a standard timber structure, and we measured that and we compared that against your product. We also had our roof ceiling being insulated using Isoboard as the ceiling, an insulated ceiling. So obviously that cost comes out as a saving because your product is self-insulating, as it were. So we ended up with a 44% saving.
Let me tell you a little secret. I'm not a handyman. Out of that have grown most of my inventions. I always look for methods and systems that are easy to construct, which can be done by unskilled workers. And yet in this simplicity is also cost effectiveness. And even more cost-effective housing system is the Poly A-frame. For internal partitions, Polyform offers an extremely simple, cost-effective and sound-resistant alternative to drywall partitioning. 500mm wide by 50mm thick recycled polystyrene panels are used, with 40mm gaps between them. The gaps are filled with 1 to 3 grout mix, and R8 rods are pushed into either side of the grout. For external walls to multi-story buildings, typical precast poly wall panels are used. The panels are designed to resist wind pressure and are bedded on epoxy grout to provide positive lateral support. Interesting enough, the first building that we're using poly structures on in the in situ format is the house for the Canes. How did you first get involved with Polyform?
In 1999 there was a devastating earthquake in Turkey in which over 30,000 people lost their lives. And we went together with Wolf Binder, the engineer, and we explored the whole devastating area, and we saw a number of buildings that had been affected.
There are some 50 countries which are earthquake prone, which includes Turkey and South Africa. Many more are also prone to other natural disasters like tornadoes, fires and cyclones, which cause massive destruction to lives and structures. The Multidisciplinary Center for Earthquake Engineering Research issued a paper substantiating that polystructures have 5 unique earthquake-resistant qualities. Firstly, they are extremely lightweight, which reduces the destructive lateral forces and only requires shallow foundations which cause polystructures to ride over earthquakes. Because of reinforcement in the walls, they are flexible. Fourthly, the predominantly use of polystyrene in polystructures absorbs destructive vibrations and provides shockproofing. Fifthly, the continuous reinforcement from the walls into the floor and roof slabs results in a cohesive cage holding the structures together. You will probably want to know how you can make use of these incredible patented Polyform products or buy into the use of these systems. We offer lucrative licenses for exclusive territories in South Africa and elsewhere in the world for a once-off negotiated fee plus yearly support fees of 10% of the initial fee. This includes 3 days training with accommodation at our headquarters in Pietermaritzburg and ongoing technical support. The international search for our PCT registration proves that the polystructure system has 54 uncontested novel steps. Until November 2014, we offer a Polyform operation in PCT member nations or blocks of nations by paying towards the patent registration and assist with the establishment of a Polyform office in their capital. This will provide technical and marketing support to licensees and secures the exclusive use of the products for the following 20 years. Polyform International works closely with the South African embassies and Department of Trade and Industries, as you can see in this photo, where we were invited to be part of a trade mission to Turkey led by the Deputy Minister of Trade and Industries. Please address your inquiries to me, Wolf Binder, at the following addresses and telephone numbers.